For everybody following Thelma, she's been amazing with us here, and the first week we spent truly allowing both of these mares having time to settle in and find their feet and a little bit of respite. And then the second week we did an awful lot of sharing space, be that sharing space with the hay, sharing space with food as a whole. They wouldn't come to the bucket, so it's more sharing space and being able to move around them. This is our third week together. I've done 3 sessions with Thelma, while Lani and Jill have been working with them in the other time frame. But the 3 sessions have been fairly big. And in my whole experience, we're getting close to 2 decades of gentling wild horses. I've not had somebody so afraid, in the sense of so afraid of a pole. There will be horses that choose that they prefer a hand touching them versus a pole, and there's horses that prefer the distance with the pole, so there's space between us. But she displayed clear habits in a way, or clear patterns, that I truly believed that she'd been in a shoot, but also had a cattle prod used on her. So although she can share space quite gently, she was exceedingly fearful of being touched. So you could be within 4 to 6 inches, but ultimately that last touch was huge for her. We've been working on it. What you're seeing is the 3rd session. That's all. Good girl. We're praising the tries of when she's standing still, and this isn't about flooding her or going to the point where she truly can't accept it. She's had problems with it, and you're going to see her snort and jump, and she's worried about that first touch more than many horses. Unlike wild horses, Thelma, when I created a smaller space, was actually quite willing to jump on top of me. A startling experience to have such a big horse running at you and prepared to jump over the top. The last second she decided to veer away, so that was a good thing. But we've used this not necessarily for the space between us, because I feel like we can get fairly close, but it was more the unpredictability or the unpredictable nature that she had, that if you touch a horse for the first time, you want it to be magical. And yet every situation is unique and different. And if her association is that she's been hurt, either with a human being or from a hand, or indeed a stick, then we're getting her through that association. So we've been spending time with her, touching her here at the withers. This is the best we've ever had. So you're kind of seeing the end result after 3 hours, I think, all in all. Doing this, first getting used to proximity, where we've had a smaller area, and then a second the movement, and the third pretty much utilizing something that would have a warm association for her. We've also used food as reward, which is actually unlikely with the wild horses. I've often used food as comfort, less food as reward. But with her, the food as reward has worked exceedingly well, and I want to show you that. She rarely touches this. I'm still teaching her touch. I'm teaching her the words to come, Thelma come, as well as Thelma touch, and she's still learning all of that. I wanted to associate this with really nice, warm, fuzzy feelings of being touched, and an association that it's a good thing for her. She's getting used to it. You can see her body quivers, and if you see me touch her again for the first time in an area she's not been touched, you'll see how much she actually startles. There we go. This is new for her, underneath the belly. So you imagine if you touched her for the first time without creating that proximity, and a horse that has no spatial boundaries would have in fact jumped on you. There's nothing that can stop you from doing that. Thelma obviously believes she had a good time there and did well. So we're teaching also to back off with respect off the food. We're teaching her to move forward through the body language. Teaching her to find a place of comfort, to face up, to calm down, to breathe, to think. I'm wanting her to look more forward, which she's starting to do. She's not really touched the hand much, and she does protect the head and keep her head to the side. We have been able to touch her. I'd like her to make the choice to stand and be with us, and we've got to the point where she can do that. There she has space to leave if she needed to, but there we can also get the stop, so we're influencing the feet. But there's no chasing. There's really an awful lot of patience, because this is the 3rd week. She expresses herself truly from finally touch her. And if you allowed your emotions to run away with you, you would cry for these guys, because I'm not quite sure what they've been through, but you can guarantee it's not been good. For somebody to protect her head that much, to snort, and to truly want to jump so far when something touches her like she's been prodded before. It's heartbreaking to know that an innocent being like this has been through so much. But keep following us. You're going to see Lani over the next few weeks as well, getting her gentle. She's a big girl, so we need her to be in our court. We need her to think and not just react. And we do want her looking and reaching out more and more. So I look forward to updating you guys. She can flip the phone on herself now, and you'll see who's working her every time I'm not working her. There you go. Perfect. Doesn't look quite right, but as Thelma has a halter on, you can see this is actually the rare occasion that I get to see her off eye. I'm ready to see how she moves with a brand new halter and explores with it, her dual motion, etc., etc. Place it on a little bit better in a moment. Here's our Thelma. She's doing so much better. I want you guys to take note of that soft eye that she has. All these weeks of pain off, she's accepting the touch more, even to the point where you can cover her eye. Just loop the lever at ground. She's a bit more confident on the other side. Takes a little bit of a dance where you're asking to come in on this side. She's more protective. Taking a little village to work with Thelma. And repetition has been a lot of the key here, so that she gets more uncomfortable with people moving around her on each side. It can be all too easy to take it for granted when we have our domestic horses or those horses that are comfortable with us. But look, so much better with her ears. This is her side where she's been really cautious. Her nostrils. This would be the first few times where we could actually ask her to look in here, have a look at those teeth of hers. In time she's going to be able to get them checked. There, look, you can actually see a bit more of her age. Stuff like that. I want you guys to see how well she leads. And walk all the way over there. Come on with me. You do that. Come on with me. We're practicing walking next to one another. Versus behind. Something a lot of people find is the horses want to hide behind and prefer to walk behind, but she's learning to walk with you behind her. Look at her. A little concerned with this person behind her. She's learning to get the confidence next to. She never had somebody walk behind her. That's a new thing. Put a little stop and she can have a quick look. Hopefully stay. Girl. Touching them between the foreeyes is a big thing. Very trust building. need to come off with pressure. Thelma loves her food, so once we get back into that other area, she's going to get her dynamite concoction. There's a ton of stuff in it, including garlic, Dynamation's Earth, Dynapro. Good for her to learn to stay. Quite got that down, but we're getting a little softer every day, just a little bit more. So for those people wanting the instant results, you know, predominantly on the clinics we can get the neck yields very quickly. We'll have perfect neck yields in 5-10 minutes, but don't give up. Just like Thelma, she takes a little while to get comfortable with the neck yields, and I think this is about as good as I've gotten to date. But a little bit more every day goes a long way. Look at that. She's not bending all the way yet. And that will come in time. But it's getting better. She gets more comfortable. She disengages too. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful girl. We've been practicing backing up, not her best piece, but it's getting there. Patience with food. Good girl. And then a head drop. And then you can see how eager she is. There we go. So much better than when she first came. And I'm proud to present her today. Keep on following. She's going to be with us for a few more weeks and then she goes back home. There's our girl Thelma. She's going home. I'm handing her over safely into Marlene's hands.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go in a closer divider.
Look at those beautiful eyes.
I know, she's so pretty. She's a good girl. She looks great.
On her way to North Carolina.
I'll go in and turn her. I know, you see the gate open when you hold this baby. Yeah.